Welcome to the Galfond Challenge. I'm David Tuchman, Andreas Froehli alongside me. Joining us for the commentary,
Ferras saying never felt so good to be down minus 500k after seeing the minus 900k.
obviously, that's got to be a good feeling. And if you're Phil, the decision to take a break, pay 18,000 euros in penalties, and then come back and go on this little bit of a run has to be, validating.
And I think it comes down to a lot of times, as other things as well, it's just non-attachment, right? Being non-attached to that number of, by the way, filled with a huge raise on the river. The board is paired and features a flush on banana.
There you have it. Have we named these already? We have. Okay, so we're going to go with banana and pizza.
There they are. And Veni in the tank. Can he make the call?
Yeah, it is approximately 11,000, a little bit under 11,000 to call. The pot is 21,500.
I also wonder what...
As Andreas pointed out, the board paired and the flush came. Now, there's the call. And it looks like, what do you have, full house? Deuce is full?
That was check deuce, yeah. We have a battle that escalated quickly. We got a bet raise, 3-bet all in. Do both people have 9-6? It is. Well, Nick's saying Phil had the flush shot too.
We got a 4-bet pot over on Oh No. Oh No is on the table on the left side of your screen.
Venividi might say oh no because Phil puts in the 5-bet, which could be bad news. The good old 5-bet.
Okay, this is the question I have for you. We haven't seen many of those. There's a call. Deuce, deuce, 3. That's got to favor Phil Galfond's range, I assume. But the questions I was going to ask you is, what kind of hands are we 4-betting and then calling?
Well, everything that has enough equity on versus aces. By the way, 14k pot on oh no.
That sounds interesting. Okay, so I gotta look this up.
Yeah,
I'm curious. Yeah, that 14,000 over on oh no.
I mean, there's a very equity-driven board on a turn. We get a front door flush, a back door flush, so 2 flushes on board. Phil check raising and now shoving in the rest on the turn. And Vini could be calling and playing rivers. You could be shoving as well.
Does make the call. We got a 40K pot, 42,000 euros in there.
And that brings in a lot of straights. A3, 3-6, 6-7. The SPR, though, is very small. Phil only has a third of the pot left. And you could easily see a Jack-Jack if Vinny had a weak 2 pair that he wants to show down. And of course, Vinny could have a very weak hand that has no showdown value and bluff with it, or already made a straight as well.
Check. Aces.
Wow.
Good.
Vinny did not improve.
Hold.
And also not blocking any of the paired hands. No hearts. Yeah, it takes this large pot down. Massive pot, by the way, guys, on YOLO. Oh no, on Oh No. Wow, quads versus boat. That seems brutal. So Vini wins 20K back. From the very beginning, the start of the challenge, you don't want variance to be higher, because let's say Vini could think whatever. He could think that he's better than Phil. He could think that he's equally good as Phil. And if he's like equally good, so there's nobody having a win rate, then he'd actually want variance to be low, because then he has a higher chance of winning the 200K to 100K, right? If he's pushing variance, then luck has a major factor, and then that even gets amplified once he has a win rate. Once he's like a 5 BB, 10 BB per 100 winner, or even more, that he doesn't want that additional variance. So if Vinny thinks that he's a better player, he wants to keep the games short from the beginning of the challenge.
That makes sense as well. And of course, it'll become interesting going forward as well. Our Phil Galfond's next challenge is versus Bill Perkins, and in that particular challenge, they're slated to play like 50,000 hands. They're never going to get there because there's a stop loss of just 20 buy-ins. When either one of the players, Galfond or Bill Perkins, is up 20 buy-ins, that challenge is over. Yes. And they pay out the side bet. And I want to say that it's like $1 million.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
Oh, look at this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was Phil like bluffing for 16K and then Vinny hit the nuts, or? But we got a 16 pot on oh no.
And we do, exactly. Spades
Straight
does
coming
not
in.
get there. The straight does come there, as you point out. The backdoor Jack 10. So spades miss. Jack 10 gets there. 16-2 in there. And Venny bets pot. How light does Galfond call?
That's the question. Goes into the tank.
By the way, if Galfond folds this, we're basically even on the day.
Mm-hmm. Couple of pots going into Vinny's direction.
Galfond in the tank here. He makes the call.
Vinny with the straight.
He did. He had the flush draw. Looked like he had the jack high flush draw. Jack 10 makes the backdoor straight, gets paid, and now it is Venividi who is in the lead. I mean, it always amazes me when I travel through Europe and I see, and you talk to people, I'll be like, how many languages do you know? And they're like, oh, 5, 4, 6.
Well,
and I'm struggling with one.
I think I want to be also traveling again to French-speaking countries a little bit because it's something I've learned years ago, and I've also been teaching French. Can you imagine? And now I've not used it for 5 years, and it's not a language I'm quite strong at. Claudia's asking what stakes I'm playing. Like right now, online it's 1-2, and sometimes if I see a really good table, I might play higher, and then live up to 25-50. And we see.
By the way, that's the sickest thing when you look at live versus online. Yep, 5-figure pot there on oh no. There's the call.
Off against
8-6.
Straight versus straight on the river.
For Galfond. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Bigger straight versus smaller straight in Galfond with a 40K pot, right?
All right. I think we're good to go. Back with the heads up challenge. We are 401 hands in. Stacks are now reset to 100 big blinds. And full check raising on oh no on the 8-5-4. And I think he was doing it as the 3-better. The turn 3. Interesting. Well, it breaks the diamond draws, but there's just a pot size left. And if Phil was having a lot of equity in the flop, he's going to get it in here, which he does with the diamond draw. Veni with the set and takes it down.
Got about 20 minutes left in today's session. Galfond down a little bit over a buy-in. 5-figure pot on YOLO. Let's see if Venny continues. as he faces a pot-sized bet from Phil Galfond. He does. Pot is now 16-2. Board pairs. Hearts don't get there.
Well, here ace king is a lot more shouldn't value.
Galfond all in. Oh, uh-oh. There it is, the all in. Aces versus kings, set over set for a moment. And that is the last hand of the day. You see the good game from Phil Galfond. Venny already sitting out. And going into those last couple of hands, we had Galfond up 7,963.